Hi,
Hello.
beautiful ones.
Here we are again. It's 5 o'clock and it's Wednesday, the 23rd, because yesterday was the 22nd. You know, yesterday was a really, really special day. It was the 22nd of the 2nd of 2022. A magical, magical portal day, so we're told. So,
Yes, it was very empowering. And I walked 6.5 kilometers around the lake and did 3 hours of tidying of my house. So it was a very magical day with that amazing energy.
And it's a magical day here because I don't quite understand. Jack's here. I don't understand why my video is going dark and light and dark and light. And I have today put more effort into the setup and created a whole studio with a studio. Dark and light. Oh, yes. I'm just checking. So, yeah, I've put up a special light and everything. And it doesn't seem to be working, but I think it's just because the sun is so bright outside at this moment in time.
I don't know, but at least I can see you now, and Jack is saying that you're loud and clear, both on Facebook and on YouTube. Thank you, Jack.
It's good to get that feedback, isn't it? And we don't have anybody on Twitter to check if we're loud and clear, so hopefully we're loud and clear. I think we're loud. What that feedback isn't. Yeah, we're loud and clear on Twitter, and loud and clear on LinkedIn. So that's good. It's all now. Just interesting. Is there anybody on LinkedIn that is watching our video? Could you let us know if you are? And is there anybody on Twitter? Could we have some feedback? That would be wonderful.
You're getting such an ace at internet and social media, Juliet. I'm impressed.
Yeah, but I haven't got it right about this light. I don't understand why. I have this. Carol, hi, my darling. Have this bright light in front of me, a proper, just like the professional people have this bright light. But then I've got the window behind me, and I think the sun has come out so beautifully bright behind that it's kind of battling the two lights are battling. And
how about changing a little bit, like me? If I put too much the light on top of me. Jane Marie.
Who's this?
Hello, Jane Marie. Are we your favorite elders? Well, we don't know you. I'd love to know you. So hello, Carol. You're from Canada, aren't you, Carol?
You're our beautiful friend in Canada.
You are our beautiful friend from Canada. I'm really attuning to you in Canada. I want you to know that. Yeah, really attuning to all the people in Canada and worldwide, for that matter. Oh, hello, Debbie.
So Debbie and Graham are here, so that's lovely.
Yeah, and they're going salsa, Cuban salsa dancing.
Wow, how amazing.
Oh, wow, that's wonderful. Well, I've been knitting little socks. That's my first one for Eulalie, who is 3 months, because the little feet are cold. I've never done that.
Jean Marie, is that how you say your name? Jean Marie is from Holland.
Jean Marie.
That's our prayer.
From Holland. She loves your prayers, Juliet.
Did you listen to our prayers? We did prayers yesterday, but again, it's so hard. We didn't rehearse anything, but we just did spontaneously do some prayers and some mantra. And Jack, you're on LinkedIn as well. So we did prayers and mantra, some beautiful prayers. But it never sounds so good when you listen to the recording. So we didn't want to. Well, we didn't have time to edit or anything, but we just put them up because they were just prayers from the heart, and we just wanted to share, especially for the 22nd of the 2nd. And I'd been on the high street all morning with our little Glastonbury Health and Medical Freedom stall. giving out leaflets and talking to people and newspapers. So we came back, we're a little bit tired, and tried to fit in the prayers. There's the light. The light is coming and going. So yeah, it was quite a long, tiring day, and we did the prayers as well. So glad that you, well, hopefully you heard those. That was the ones is it Jen Marie? Not quite sure how I'm pronouncing your name. So hopefully those were the prayers you heard. So anyway, there's always something to do around here. We're always busy, creating the new reality, the new earth. And today we've been down in the gardens, and I did have a chance to do a little video in the gardens after the high winds. Brigitte, do you know that we had tremendous winds here?
Yes, I'm very aware of it. We had the tail end, and I'm sorry, the wind is my spirit helpers. I love the winds because they just seem to be clearing through. But I did hear that you had tremendous damage in England, mega trees falling on houses and on cars, and yeah,
I was a bit worried about the cars, my car on my drive, because I've got a whole row of huge conifers.
Yeah.
So I was a bit worried that they might fall down on my car. But Carol, you'll be glad to know that the tree across the road that fell down has been cut up and dealt with by one of our garden members. So that was very good. And there's been nothing but chainsaws going on around here, which you don't usually hear in the middle of Glastonbury.
So Jean-Marie, that's it. Yes, that's why they're so lovely. Yes, she's mentioning your prayers.
Oh.
So Marion, hello Marion, beautiful Marion. And maybe Julie will not be here today because Julie's got, I know that she's with her mother, Julia, and her mother is in a process of moving on. So let's just hold beautiful Julie. Marion, Julie.
Yeah, we were very happy to do the chainsaw, Carol, because Danny, one of our garden members, had only just got a new chainsaw the other day, and he was so excited he'd come along with his new chainsaw, and he'd got a bag of tools for sharpening the blade and everything, and it was so exciting to see him happy like a little boy, delighted with his took me back to France, and my feelings of so sorry I can't be in France right now, but we do a lot with chainsaws there, and we're the chainsaw grannies, aren't we?
Well, I stopped chainsawing, but yes, in June last year we had that hurricane, and the chainsaws went for 6 to 8 weeks all around where I live. Yeah, it was horrendous. So much damage. I mean, I cried. I just stand in front of the trees and I just cry.
Yeah, it's sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, Danny is very lovely, Carol, and he was the one saying the prayers last night, the Vedic prayers at the start of our little recital. We call him Brother Danny. He's a very nice young man.
So, Juliet, you set up last week a poem with a reward. So, did anybody win?
Well, possibly. So hopefully she's here. I have got another poem to read from the same source, and I might have said no. Somebody may have got the right answer last time, and I may have accidentally said no because I wasn't quite sure of the source. So I'm going to read this poem again. Okay. It's not the same one as I read last week, but it is the same one as I read last night on the prayers for the 22/02/2022 event. I wish there was a shorter way of saying that. So anyway, this is what I read last night. So should I read it now, or should I wait for more people to come along? What do you think?
Why don't you just read? Well, you put it in the prayers, so why don't you just read it? And then people can listen to the prayers and we'll have it again. Okay. Oh, hello, Teapot Pixie. Chainsaws were invented in France to assist with childbirth.
Childbirth. True story. How could that?
Oh, well, that is, I'm sorry, Paul. La, 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 la. 1800. I remember when I was a young child, they used to sow the trees, two men, one on each side, with these beautiful arced sows, and they used to go shoo, shh, shoo, shh, shoo. Oh, they're called horns. Yes. So no sounds, just the sound of that. The two men breathing
Yes.
and the horns doing the work.
Absolutely.
And that way they respected the tree. And I used to hear the axes as well. It's so different from having a machine in the hands, which prevents the man or the woman from really engaging with the tree and really connecting with the life force of that tree. While with the horns, you were really engaging with the tree. That was a being that had been a live being only a few seconds before.
Mm.
So there is something about connections here in that story.
And I guess a tree doesn't die as soon as it's chopped down. It's a very different process in a
Yes,
tree.
it can become the mast for a boat, the hull of a boat. It can become, like in my house, the beams, the poplar trees. I've got 4 poplar trees in my house, which are supporting my roof. And everyone who comes in here can't believe that it's a whole tree. And it is a whole tree.
Well, it's huge. Those beams that go across your house, they're enormous. I didn't know they were poplar. I thought they were oak.
No, those are the poplar, and at the top, where the bedrooms are, that's oak.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. But the one across, that's poplar. And poplar is wonderful as long as it's not wet. Once it gets wet and very wet, then it rots.
Mm.
And like oak, it doesn't rot. So why don't you fire out?
Fire out the poem. Okay.
Because I can't see anyone else who's just come in. And I've got a feeling Julia might not come because she's got family and she might be with her family and her mother.
Okie dokie. So I'm sorry, I can't seem to do anything about this changing light. I know it's beyond my control. So anyway.
It's okay. It's all right. You are doing your very best to make it perfect. And the world is saying, well, this is not where it's at, Julia.
It's usually you're in the dark and I'm lighter, and today you're beautifully lit and c'est la vie, c'est la vie.
Do you want me to turn off my light to make you feel better?
No, don't turn off. Don't turn off.
I'll make you feel better.
No, it's better how you were.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
There's magic ongoing, Juliet.
Oh God, this is beginning to sound like the Laurel and Hardy show.
Come on, we've got a restream to do. So let's just stop being a little bit serious. Otherwise, we won't be able to be stopped.
No, you and I, once we get going, that's, yes, it's a hard act to follow. Okay, so one of you last week actually got this right. And one of you, if you listen carefully, this is from the same source as the poem that I read last week. And if you leap forward again with your ideas about where you think this poem is from, that you might win a free night stay at Healing Waters. So do listen carefully. And I did read it in my prayers last night. So here we go. I'm really, and I have been reading, if you've been listening to my 9 p.m. bells, Freedom Bells, I've been reading a poem per night from this source. And I intend, because they're so beautiful, I intend to go on reading them when I do the next Freedom Bells. So here we go. So if we just settle to listen. And I really had a sense of this today. I've been in the Healing Gardens, and it's just amazing there. We've been planting rose bushes. So what is this power we call life, appearing as the play of flesh and breath? How may I know this mystery and enter it more deeply? My attention is enthralled by a myriad of forms, innumerable individual entities everywhere, flashing into existence and fading away again. Lead me into the wholeness beyond all these parts. Do me a favor, my love. Let me rest in your embrace. Refresh me with the elixir of your wisdom. Ravish me with your truth. Ravish me with your truth.
It's so beautiful. So Nicholas Smith said the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. I said this last week. Was it you, Nicholas Smith, that said it last week? Yeah.
I think she did say it last week, and I think somebody else said something as well. So
was it Debbie? Debbie as well said something. And I think if it was you, Debbie, if you're here, I think someone else mentioned the number 4, which came from a specific area within that poem. So maybe Juliet, if you remember last week, the passage you read, was it a 4th stance? You know, a number.
I don't know which passage, because in this particular book, it's a page at a time. It's not passages as such.
All right.
I can't say any more without actually giving it away. So
no, don't.
I'm just.
Oh, okay, Debbie, it wasn't you. Okay. Yes, I also said the sutra. So it is you, Nicola. So.
So you also said that, Brigitte?
Sorry, Nicola is just written. Yes, I also said the sutra. Yes, I remember you mentioned the number
But
4.
you said something else. There's another name. Somebody said another name because it is known by several names.
Oh.
So there's the English translation of it.
Okay, Nicola, what other name did you say last week, dearest? Can you bring it out, please? So Juliet, the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, number 34. That was it, yes.
Who said that? Number 34.
Nicola. That was last week.
I know that. That was last week.
Yes, I remember. Radiance.
Gosh.
And it's called Radiance. And how about today's, Nicola? And does it have another name? And is that a book you're reading? I'm being a bit curious now. I'm doing my Jupiter.
I'm just trying to remember which one I read last week, because now I've read lots of them. I've read them in the Freedom Bells as well. So let me see. Which one did I read last week?
Well, Nicola's mentioned number 34. I remember the number 4, but I couldn't remember the 3.
Okay, so I think this is what I read last week. I'm reading it from my phone, so
it was the Radiant Sutra.
Who said that?
Radiant Sutra. Tipixie.
So this is what I read. Tell me if this is the same as I read last week, okay? And I'm reading it from my phone, so it's a bit difficult. And I hope my phone doesn't ring. Because you'll get an earful if it does. The air I am breathing was exhaled in ecstasy. by an ancient sun.
Yes.
This earth I am standing on was born of cosmic fire. The blood flowing through my veins is as salty as the primordial ocean.
Yes.
The space permeating my body is infinite as the space all around. Above, below, to all sides within, the elements of the universe are engaged in their ceremony of delight. This is my religion. The attraction between suns is the same as the love pulsating in my heart. The attraction between suns is the same as the love pulsating in my heart. Is that what I read last week? Oh, you just missed it, Nicola, the one I just read.
Yes, she's just back from work. She says she's missed most of today. I've only just...
You want me to read it again? I'll get better every time I read it. Shall I read it again, or
She said she listened to it again once the stream finishes. Beautiful, beautiful poem of celestial beings. Yes.
Okay. So that's it, Nicola and everyone. Yes, please. Nicola says yes, please. Okay, we'll read it again, and we want everybody's guess now as to where this is from, or the name of these poems, the name of this text. What is this power we call life, appearing as the play of flesh and breath? How may I know this mystery and enter into it more deeply? My attention is enthralled by a myriad of forms, immeasurable individual entities everywhere, flashing into existence and fading away again. Lead me into the wholeness beyond all these parts. Do me a favor, my love. Let me rest in your embrace. Refresh me with the elixir of your wisdom. Ravish me with your truth. So just put your guess where it's from one last time. Everybody enter their guess now, and we will see. You've had lots of poems all week on the Freedom Bells and the two I've just read now for one night free stay at Healing Waters.
I'm sorry, I'm a bit confused, Juliet. I think that Nicola won last week, didn't she?
Well, more than one person can win.
Okay, all right. So it's going to be a great meeting at Healing Waters.
Well, it depends when they book in, when all that happens. If they've won, they may not have won. They may all be wrong. We just want to see one last thing now. Put your...
You do like suspense, Juliet, don't you?
Da, 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 da. We have to have some excitement. I mean, come on, the whole world is falling around our ears at this point in time. It's like, it's miserable out there.
Oh, well, it's been glorious here. I mean, the weather, spring is returning. Spring is with us. The willows, the buds are swelling.
Oh my
God. The buds on the willow trees are just swelling. And first, I had the first daffodils in the garden.
Yeah, it was funny after the weekend with this intense rain, because I was running my trauma skills training.
Yeah.
And the last module, module 6, transforming the energy of trauma, the transforming trauma, the inner alchemy, finding the gold in your experience. And so I didn't go outside at all, and I wouldn't have wanted to because the wind was so intense. And then after the weekend, when I went out, all the daffodils were blooming everywhere.
So
How did they manage in all that wind? They suddenly all popped out.
It's the magic of life. It's amazing, the energy of spring. The life force of the energy of spring is just it's a great teacher, isn't it? It's a master. Because whatever, I mean, the forces of those winds were, it could beat you to the ground, but they bend.
Yeah,
and
they
then
bent and bloomed. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
I love it.
So, okay, so we've got Nicola says, banter verses 17 to 197 from the Radiant Sutra. Melanie, hi. So Melanie joined us yesterday on Glastonbury High Street.
Wow. Hello, Melanie. No, Nicola says it's the banter, verses 17 to 19. Wonderful. Well, Nicola, you definitely are on to something special, but it's up to Juliet not to decide, because I don't have that.
What's that thing?
Oh, sorry, that's my phone. I'm going to put it on silent. Sorry, there we are.
So Jack is saying new life everywhere. He had such a magical walk in his favourite woodland. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
And Abigail has had a few rotten down days. Abigail,
Oh,
everything passes, my darling. Sometimes we're down and sometimes we're up. We just have to stay resilient. So
yeah.
Nicholas says they're beautiful. Do you mean the daffodils, or do you mean?
No. She's talking about maybe both the daffodils, the rain, and maybe the wind, but definitely the sutras.
Yeah. Oh, sutras. So you've said a word there. So.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so to make it easy.
Yeah, but I mean, Nicola's written sutras. I know the sutras. I have a book on sutras, which I haven't looked at for years.
But sutras, there are lots of sutras in all sorts of.
Yes, there are. The Bhagavadi sutras. But this looks like they are a little bit different.
Yeah, these are not those words that we can't pronounce. Bhagavad-gita.
Yeah, Bhagavad. So Nicola is saying both either. So, yes. So the banter verses and the name she'd given.
Okay, so how can we track now who's had the right answer? So
Nicola Smith has the right answer.
As far as you know, but you're not sure of either, Brigitte, because I haven't told you.
Oh, no, I don't know. I'm just going by what I'm seeing on the right. No, I don't know at all. It might be.
I might have written them myself.
Yes, you might have. I doubt it, though. I know you well enough. No. But you would have loved to have written those.
Oh, I would have done. Yeah, they're so amazing.
Yeah, but that's not your path.
It's not my path. I did write some poetry when I was young, but now I'm way too busy planting roses and things like that. So, okay, we have Nicola and we have, how many of you have given an answer?
Nicola.
Melanie, do you know what it was I read? So, Nicola, and what did Debbie say? Where's Debbie?
No, it wasn't Debbie. She said no. Oh, let me just read it to you. Tipoti says it was the Radiant Sutra. Yeah.
John, hi. Hi, John.
Number 34 says Nicola. Nicola is the closest to. Yeah.
Now John's jumped on. I bet John knows what that poem is. But I'm not going to read it again a third time. John is very erudite. He knows all about poetry and music and beautiful things.
No, I don't see you, Debbie. No.
You just got here, John. Yes. So I think you're so erudite, John, that you might be able to get this poem from the very first 2 lines I read. If you get it, the very first 2 lines, then you'll be at the top of the list. So this is the first. Maybe I'll read the first 4 lines. So put your thinking cap on, John. Da, 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 da.
No, he says no idea.
Melanie King got it right last week. Melanie, listen in, listen up.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Nicola, because I thought there was someone else, but I couldn't remember. But Melanie, are you here today? No, she's not here today.
Melanie is here. She's here.
Oh, is she? Is she?
Oh, Carol, you're off to work. Loads of love. Loads of love.
Oh,
loads of love, my darling. I love you.
Love you, darling.
So, Melanie, listen up, because we want to know everyone who's got the correct answer, okay? Yeah. So, John, you may have a gap in your education, but I just am curious because you're so clever about things like this. I'm going to read the first 4 lines again, so just see if it comes to you. It's a spiritual text. What is this power we call life, appearing as the play of flesh and breath? How may I know this mystery and enter into it more deeply? My attention is enthralled by a myriad of forms, immeasurable individual entities everywhere, flashing into existence and fading away again. Lead me into the wholeness beyond all these parts. Do me a favor, my love. Let me rest in your embrace. Refresh me with the elixir of your wisdom. Ravish me with your truth. I couldn't resist reading it one more time. So, John, please share quickly now with your thinking cap on. So we've got that, and we've got the scarf. Are we auctioning the scarf?
Well, it's up to you. I'm here. They're done. They've been done for weeks now.
Afraid not Tagore. I think
Rabindranath Tagore. No.
Much older than that. So I now want to announce the winner. And
the winners, maybe the winners.
Just the winner. So they are indeed Nicola, I believe, was right. And Melanie, did you have a guess? Melanie, quick.
Oh, Debbie said Lauren Roche.
Yes, Lauren Roche didn't write it.
No, I think she did say that last week. Yeah, Lauren Roche. Again, she's putting it twice in different places. You love. Yes, I did last week in the comments. Yes.
What did you say, Melanie?
She said.
She translated. Yes, Nicola, you are right. She translated it. And what is it that's being translated? Does anyone know that?
Can't remember.
Well, Melanie, that's no good if you can't remember. Oh, well, okay. So, Nicola, what did she translate? And Debbie. So we've got Nicola and we have got Debbie here. What was translated?
No, we've got Nicola and Marion. No, Marion. No, we've got Nicola and Melanie.
No, Melanie can't remember. Okay, so several of you.
The Radiance Sutra, number 34. As Nicola, she's been saying it so many times.
So many times. I've made you work really, really hard for this. So
yeah, you really have. I mean, you know, I know it's a real gift to be staying at Healing Water. But anyone else remembers what Lauren Roche translated apart from Nicola? Come on, come on, come on, without looking.
Okay, so do you know what Debbie has said that? Okay, so I have to say, but I would like you to be a little more clever. What is this? What are they about, these sutras? So you are, okay, I'm not going to stall anymore. You are right, and you have won, both Debbie and Nicola. And they were indeed translated by Lauren Roche, and they are indeed the Radiant Sutras. That is what they're called by their English title. And then they have this, I believe it's Sanskrit, I can't pronounce it even, that's it.
Vijnana Bhairava.
Congratulations to the winners. Da, 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 da. They have won. Please email me info@helium.
And you've got Melanie King 10022 Radiant Sutra /34 translated by Lauren Roche. Well, there you are.
Many of you then. So Melanie, I know you only live down the road, but you might get to stay at Healing Waters if you want to have a night stay at Healing Waters. You also have won. So let us know. So you need to email me info@healing-waters.co.uk and put Radiance Sutra winner in the subject line, Radiance Sutra winner in the subject line, and email me, and yay! And you win a free night stay midweek at Healing Waters. So
that's wonderful. That is wonderful. What a gift. And what beautiful sutras.
Yes, do share them. Do share the sutras.
It's not the sutras of Patanjali, and it's not the sutras that John you mentioned of Tagore. It's something else. Wonderful. Okay. So next, are we going for the auction? Are we doing something else today? Because Juliet, you were mentioning, how are we moving from this chaos all around us and everything falling apart and starting to create new life? So that's what we're doing today, in a way. What beauty with those sutras, eh?
Yeah, how can we lift ourselves out of the negativity, out of the difficulty, and just create? We can do this ourselves any moment. It's just to create and be loving and kind and supportive to each other.
I love that.
Yeah.
So we have 2 scarves.
Okay.
So
it's Graham.
Can you just say once more your email address slowly for those who don't know you, please?
Okay. Can I don't know if I can. Can I? Here it is. info@healingwaters.co.uk.
Oh, perfect. That's much better. I love that.
That's where you need to email me. So we were discussing before about auctioning the scarf, and what we were going to start the auction on. Was Graham talking about it, or was it Debbie? I can't remember what we decided.
It was Debbie and Graham and Julie, who is not here today, with the auction.
Do you think we should wait for Julie to come back?
Well, we can. Maybe you need to put a poll and see what people think. So one is 23 wide, and that's, yeah, it's the same wool, and it's 1.7 meters long. And the other one is a little bit longer, but it is not twisted rib. It's just simple rib. And it's a little bit narrower. It's only, oh no, it's about the same, 25. Yeah, about the same. And it's a little bit longer. So this one took more wool, but I've run out. So I've run out of that color. So this one is 1.46 meters. So one is longer than the other one. And this one goes in a little bit around the neck, where the other one is straight. So there we are.
Mm.
You want to see the colors again? Voila. 100% wool. Hand knitted with love.
Every stitch is prayer.
Especially as my wrist is still not wonderful. Oh, that's okay. So Nicola is saying, well done on your win to Melanie. Yeah.
Yeah.
So wonderful. Okay. So are we waiting for next week to go on to the, or do you want to start today and then take it next week for the bidding?
Yeah, I think next week. And
Okay.
hopefully Julie, maybe we can message Julie and ask her to come on next week.
All right.
Is that possible? Do you think that's a good idea, everyone?
I don't know. And who is interested? Because maybe nobody is interested in the raffle.
And maybe there's been too much excitement already. You don't want to get too excited, do we?
You must be joking. This is, I did say yesterday in a few of my videos I put on Facebook. I don't know when they put live. I did about 4 videos yesterday. And there was a whole flock of sterns, which is very, very unusual, white stern.
Tern or stern?
Tern or seagulls.
Yeah.
I couldn't see because they were in the middle of the lake, about 40 or 50 of them. And then one flew over and they were talking to each other, were calling to each other. And I love that. And as I went around the lake, there was just a feeling of, yes, the sun was out, the spring, the birds are just really swelling. And we were just on the edge of something wonderful. So, oh, Melanie is saying, oh.
Because I live down the road, could I give away my prize to someone who has lost a loved one to the vax?
Who lives out of the area? What do you think?
First of all, I don't think we should say those words on here because, but is it a specific person, Melanie, that you know? If it's a specific person that you know and someone that's really suffering, we could possibly do that. So people are saying do wait for the auction, and Jack says everyone should be interested. Such lovely scarves. I'm so very grateful for mine.
Well, Jack, I'm very grateful for the crystal that you sent me as a thank you. I never expected to get something. And I don't expect to get anything. Please, you know, this is an auction.
Yeah. So Melanie says, I was wondering if I knew someone. I don't particularly, Melanie. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it outside this call. Okie dokie. So where are we at in the world at this moment in time? Are we up? Are we down? How is everybody feeling right now? We've had the amazing, intense kind of stuff that was going on in Canada, and that's still rolling, I believe. And then there's been all sorts of layers on top of that. And then it looked really distressing. But meanwhile, I think there's a huge, huge convoy going across America at this moment in time, and it's sparked convoys everywhere. So there's a huge amount of stuff going on. And
well, we have the French truckers for liberty. Yeah.
How are they going, Brigitte?
Oh, they're going towards, they're crossing France, and then they're heading to the, I don't know yet. I've just got the map of France where they're going to go through. That's about all. I know they're going to go through all the main cities.
Yeah.
So at the moment, it's a little bit complex to get true information. But, you know, there is a waking up. There is an awakening. But there is still the old story rolling out, like schools are being crushed. And my invitation is, can we trust in the process within ourselves? So how can I, moment by moment, hold my alignment and peace if I know that everything that's rolling out there is a part of my makeup too, including the chaos. Out of chaos, new order and new creation is born. We know that with volcanoes. So I'm just wondering, can I invite each one of us that in spite of the chaos and the story rolling, can we just stay with the breath and the power of the heart? Because the heart is so big right now. And from that place within our heart, let's just trust that there is a higher process, divine process that is unfolding through us. And as the old order is collapsing within us and around us, there is not a family who's been spared. Everyone is touched. So it's as if everyone I know and other people who I meet are telling me about families and friends. So it's as if everyone is being touched one way or another by what's unfolding.
Yeah.
And there is a higher purpose to that. And the higher purpose, I feel, is let us rise into a new level of consciousness, awareness of each other, collective trauma, compassion, non-judgment. Non-judgment is very much key right now.
And coming together, no matter what choices you've made from whatever position you were understanding at that time, it's like we have to stay together. We really, really have to stay together and support each other right now.
That's exactly what I feel. So staying together in spite of what's some of the difficulties, and we may have to move away from certain energies or certain situations, that's okay. But let's just stay moment by moment. The first thing we were gifted was the right to be alive and the breath. It's profound. The breath is so powerful. And the breath takes us back, as Juliet has been teaching for years and years, and so many other trauma healers, how we can reclaim coherence and quiet and down. So, and Master Thich Nhat Hanh left us on the 22nd of January. Interesting. And we yesterday had the 22nd of the 2nd to 2022. And he was teaching how to When I breathe in and I breathe out, there's no room for stress or worry. I am just in the breath, in the moment.
Mm.
That's the Sangha, that's the teachings. And he came from Vietnam, one of the boat people. And as he was leaving, he was witnessing some of his next boat people, and people were meant to go with them. They were being mowed down. That's the film they showed as homage on Sunday, an homage from the Plum Village in France. So no one has been spared right now. So there is a greater divine plan. And if we could just trust in that, not talking about going blind, talking about going with witnessing, receiving the information, receiving it deep, 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 embodying it, and seeing what do I need to shed or change or address here. And within my community, this is not about me. This is about expanding the community, we the people. So that's what I wanted to share. So
Yeah. So Daryl says he's been up and down, feeling up and down. I mean, it would be very surprising if we kind of managed not to be affected by what's going on, but if we can find a balance within those ups and downs. And Marianne says she's definitely interested. I imagine she means the scarf after the cold winds of the last day or two. And Melanie says that she is smacked by the continued behaviour of governments, both the US and Canada. Well,
yes.
all the governments of the whole world. And what's interesting is that all those leaders that we're gobsmacked by, that are doing such appalling things, they all went to the school of Klaus Schwab. They are all part of his Young Leadership program. So it's like the more we go on with this whole story, the more becomes apparent the depth of it. And I did post, Klaus Schwab himself was kind of boasting how much he had infiltrated the whole world, the social stratas of the whole world, by particularly training the political leaders, but also the heads of all sorts of organizations. So there's been this massive infiltration of all our political structures, all our social structures, with Klaus Schwab-trained people. And we've all been unconscious of that. It's like as we've moved along in society, we've been unconscious and we've been kind of imbibing the propaganda, if you like, of that mindset of the one world order, the one world government. You will own nothing and you will be happy. That's what he's quoted as saying all the time. Well, we are not going to be happy by that. And we claim our sovereignty, Klaus. So we're not happy with what you're doing, and we can see what you're doing now, and everybody can see what you're doing. I mean, that's the beauty of what's happening at this time.
That's a gift. What a gift.
Yeah, we can see so much more now.
So my feeling is on an evolutionary soul journey, which is at a higher level. Pluto at a higher level is a soul evolutionary purpose of any one of us. That might be his purpose, has been to awaken humanity. Although he might not be conscious of it, this is what's happening, waking up humanity. What a great field of work. Whenever we wake up, I think it's John who said, whenever one person is waking up, and you were quoting someone, it's like it's like a boxer making a hole in the dark forces.
Oh, who said that the other day? Punching a hole through the matrix. Was that last week?
That's John, who was quoting a woman who said that, and I really agree with you and her on that one, because that's what I feel. So the more, even as you talk about Klaus Schwab's, which I feel that he's, well, my inner intuition is already no longer in charge. Okay, but the program is still unrolling because more and more people still need to realize what we have been. Yes, Christian van Dreyen, that's a Dutch, Holland. Yes, thank you, John. Yeah, I remember.
Who is he or her?
Her, she was quoting about the boxing, whenever
punching the hole through the matrix.
Punching holes through the matrix, through the dark matrix, the inverted matrix, not the true matrix. We need to reclaim our true matrix. Oh, she's Swiss. Okay, well, she's got, yeah. Well, von Dreyen. Yes. Wow. I don't know how to pronounce that. You're so learned, John. Yes, we are in the middle of a great awakening. Take heart. Yes, Jack. So, yes, and it's going to take time, because coming to terms with the realization that we've been lied to at such levels that they're just unimaginable at every level. We've been hijacked, programmed, and conned. I'm sorry about the word, but that's an English word, which I feel is really right on track. Just to say, oh my God, I was that blind. And then I guided others, and I took them into blind ways too. Wow, coming to terms with that, that's going to take some strong courage and some strong souls to just stand, in front of what I call the guardian on the threshold and say, well, that's what I've done. And I need to hold compassion for myself and for them. That's where we're at right now. And we're going to meet more and more and more people who are going to wake up and is going to say, my God, look what I've done to my body. And look what I have obliged other people to do. So they could see their grandchildren, or they could see their grandson. Whoops, something went wrong. Try reload.
No, I just.
It's me?
Okay.
Did I say something wrong? Did I say something?
No, you're all fine. I just deleted a spammer. Not a spammer, a spammer. So keep going. We've got 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes left.
Well, I've said what I wanted to say. And there might be a spammer called Carter Kemp.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, chuck him out.
I've chucked him out. I hope he is a spammer and not a nice person. So I'm sorry if you're nice.
Okay.
So, okie dokie. So, yes, we are waking up, and it's been a roller coaster, and there are many, many millions of people who are still not woken up. Mm-hmm. We both saw, didn't we, last night, JP Sears video on the, I think he said you can't even say those words, so we won't say them, the name of his video.
Yeah.
Because I've already been banned twice this week. Yeah. And I was banned from Twitter as well for posting something from Rainer Fulmich's testimonies about the experimentation. Twitter banned me. So anyway, JP Sears, look at his latest. Graham has jumped on, so he wins his scarf next week. It's auction, so you have the possibility to win it, Graham.
Well,
so JP Sears is talking about the mind control.
Yes, he is. It's amazing. I watched one when he was talking about the life jacket protection, and that's another great one. So I encourage you to watch. He's got very long red-colored hair. Yes, he's amazing, and he goes right on target. Doesn't he, Juliet?
Absolutely.
Well, he used to be on YouTube. I don't know if he's on YouTube now.
I don't know. He's been banned a lot of places as well. So do look at his latest one about the mind control. And why am I saying this? I've forgotten why I'm sharing it now. Yeah, because there's millions still not woken up. But as more of us wake up and we keep talking and keep sharing about things, those other people who aren't woken up, that is going to gradually tip the balance back the other way, so that more and more people are awake. So that's the point of us having the stall on the high street as well. It's like we are talking to a lot of people, and loads of people are actually massively awake, and they already know about tons of things, which is really heartening. Yeah. Although I did have, this is my last thing, now we have to stop. I did have one woman stop by, offered her a paper, and she didn't really want one. And then she came over, and then I said, oh, do you know about the NHS 100,000 health workers that are leaving the system? And she went, ah, conspiracy. And she ran practically down the high street. It's like I really shocked her. So, and I thought, oh my goodness, this poor lady, she must be so frightened.
Yeah. Yes, there are areas I personally cannot go with my family. So I know I'm a conspirator, whatever.
Conspiracy realist, a conspiracy realist.
Yeah. So yes, he is amazing, GP. So I encourage you to go and listen to him either on BitChute or any of the other platforms. And yes, Jack, many people will leave. However, let us honor them as they chose. Their souls chose to evolve through what they have taken on board. I have a light worker who chose to do this, okay? She chose on some level. I'm with her now. We're working together to get her healthy again. But on some level, she's one of the light workers who really is exploring how to be with that inner body of light. So that is part of the divine plan. And I'm so glad in humility that as much information that the divine, for what I do not yet know, that is the divine plan too. But for what is revealed to me, as Thomas Hubel says, I am grateful for.
So yes, we're coming to an end. So let's just be grateful for where we're at this moment in time, even if we're still feeling down or if we're feeling bleak and we're not sure how any of this is going to work out. We're in a huge awakening, a huge transformation, and it's okay just to be where you're at in this moment, even if you're feeling down, low, just resource yourself. And just like the daffodils that opened even in the strong winds, you also will blossom and bloom again, even if you're feeling a bit battered right now.
And my last words, resource yourselves. Resource. Listen to music. Listen to sacred music. Meditate. Hug loved ones. And yes. So I'm going to have to go. And Debs and I watched a great video by two psychologists, and they highlighted the relevance of the face nappies in providing the constant reminder of the existence of something that doesn't exist. Oh, Graham, if you didn't exist, I'd have to invent you.
Yes, one last thing is to look out, Rainer Fulmick, the trials now, the grand jury trials are now happening, so do check that out.
It is grand jury trial.net,
I think.
Yeah.
So do look on my Telegram channel. Please join my Telegram channel, because there'll be lots of things there that I can't post here. So loads of love to you all.
And thank you for being with us, the elders. Fulmish, Rainer Fulmish. It's not Fulwish, it's Fulmish, MICH, and he's done the first one, and there's quite a few that he's rolling out.
He's up to 5, I think. He's done 5. He's
done 5. I've only watched 1 and 2, I think, maybe even not even that, because it takes time. And he's done tremendous amount of research. Fulmish, yes, that's correct, Melanie. So, blessings. And Juliet, you're frozen for the last 5 minutes, but you look beautiful.
Loads of love to you. Be well. Be
Loads of
happy.
love. Yeah, loads of
Listen
love.
out for my freedom bells at 9. Not tonight, but they're coming.
Okay. 1,000 blessings.
Oh, take care, chaps. Oh dear.
Oh no, we didn't get here by being somewhere else. Definitely not Graham. And yes, be well, Melanie. And Nicola, wonderful show. I don't know. You say so. 1,000 blessings. Bye bye, dearests.
Bye bye.
Bye bye, darling.